How you doing, guys? This is Dana from Master Land Investing. First of all, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. What I want to discuss today is, as a land investor, if you decide to sell property, owner financing, my advice is the best way to do that, even if you're using creative method, which would be selling on a contract for deed. Basically, what a contract for deed is it's a legal binding contract that says you, the seller, are going to sell a particular buyer a property on terms, meaning they're going to put so much down, they're going to pay it for a period of time. At the end of those payments, at that set date, they will receive a warranty deed to that property. It will be recorded under their name as a warranty deed. Typically, as a seller, I think that's the best option. You're in the most control that way. I know I've talked about in other lessons about the lease option. But as far as the seller and the investor, you want to have as most control. You carry the most ethical balance as far as making the transaction. It's a legal binding contract. Typically, you can set the rate. I typically set anywhere from 9 to 12% interest rate. Most of my contracts for deed would be anywhere from 3 to 5 years. The way that works is typically as the seller, if you record the deed, which I don't advise you do, what you want to do is you want to hold the deed in your file until the property is paid off. If you record the deed, what happens is if they default on the payments, then you have to go through almost a basic foreclosure proceedings, which can be expensive, especially on some cheaper property. So my advice when you're selling to a potential buyer is you go ahead and create the contract for deed. Do the paperwork, get that signed, get your payment schedule, amortization schedule for them, prepare that for them, give that to them. But you don't record the deed. You ever got to mention it, but you just don't record the deed until the property's actually paid off. If they request that the deed is recorded, and then another option may be to go ahead and do a mortgage deed. You can use your title company for that. And what I typically do is include a deed in lieu of foreclosure, which basically means if they default on payments, you put a schedule on there as far as if they're 15 days late, you give them a 30-day notice. If they don't pay it in full within that 30 days from that notice date, then you can go ahead and take the property back. The deed in lieu of foreclosure is another way to protect yourself. But as the land investor and the seller on owner financing, the best route to go is contract for deed. I think that'll save you a lot of money over time. Creative financing, doing owner financing, a great way to create passive income. I've talked about in an earlier lesson, I don't advise it when you're starting out. The key is to keep your money, move your deals as quick as you can, just below retail value, whether you use a realtor, you sell them yourself through some other platforms. This way you can stack your money up. Once you have some money put away and you're comfortable that you can keep your buys coming in, you have enough money to make the right deals because you don't want to run out of money. Then you can start considering doing some owner financing. I think a lot of guys in the beginning love the beauty of it, love that passive income, but I don't think it's the best way to go in the beginning because you don't want to run into a roadblock, have deals coming in, you're paying to solicit. There's a lot of value in getting those phone calls or soliciting for people that are potential motivated sellers and not being able to pull the trigger and make the deal. So once again, wait a little bit before you start to do it, but once you do it, the best way as the investor and the seller owner financing would be to create a contract for deed. That's the lesson for the day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I appreciate your time. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We'll talk to you soon. We'll be continuing to pump out some great content for you guys. So thanks again. Go out and inspire somebody today. Try to be kind, be generous. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.